Heyo. Today we have the Amazonas card and then some TCG exclusives. I don't know if I'm gonna do all the TCG exclusives in this video, but I'm gonna try and do the Libromancers, and then the generic ones we'll see. But yeah, we'll start with the Amazonas. Overachieve, Spasm itself, yeah. Okay, Spasm Ignition Hand, Hormones per turn. Condition is you control no masters or all monsters you control Amazonas. So there's nothing in your master zone that's face down or is not Amazonas, correct? You have room. And this card can be special summoned. And if it's related, when it resolves, special summon. Okay. So that looks... the first effect looks fine. And then the second effect is the one that sets from the deck. No category attack change. Single trigger. Doesn't need a damage supply because single. Summon success, pass summon success. Set TG. So let's see. Is it customizing set filter? Location deck. And it sets polymerization or an Amazonas spell trap. And is settable. Okay, all good. Okay, and then when it resolves, set. Also, you can only attack with Amazonas for the rest of the turn. Okay. Select what you want to set. Well, this is wrong because this is you're doing get first here, so this is a card, not a group. Also, you could. This returns a bullet. Also, set also. So even if you don't set, the restriction still applies. So this should be outside the if. Good comment as well. We don't need these. Set description. Property, effect, flag, client hint. We're going to do this part, and this should just be in here. Okay. Right. So if you do select something to set it. And apply the cannot attack thing. Let's see. Cannot attack announce. Ignore immune. Yeah. Oh, it's not a player effect. Let's see. That's why the separate flag was being used. Okay, I might need to. Okay, I'm gonna use this then. Where is it? There we go. This one. So we are going to use this then. This will still be done the same way, but okay. So right, everything in your master zone cannot declare attack. Everything that's not that's not the right circle, right? Yeah, it should be this one. This turn, resets in the end phase, client hint. Okay. I think it should be okay now. I don't know if you can hear the plane passing by. Thanks, plane. Being noisy. Anyway, let's test it real quick. Let's see. So we need Amazonas. We need Amazonas monster. And also we need spell traps actually. Dramatic rescue, no. This one. You can set a field spell as well. And I need a small glow level monster and polymerization. Okay. Let's go. So now I should be able to activate the effect. If she's face up, I should be able to activate the effect. If he's face up, I should not be able to. Okay. Wait, I put Polly up here. Okay. And now let's activate. Special summon, triggers, and then I can set any of these. Okay, now I'm gonna try with the build spell just to be safe, but it should work fine. Okay. Okay, all good. So the Amazonas is good to go. We're here at the end here. Alright, and now I'm gonna go to the Libromancers, I suppose. Fire. I think he's a copy-paste of Geek Boy, except he searches monsters, right? This names itself. Monster. Reveal one until your hand, special stuff from your hand. So you have a ritual monster that's not public. Except itself, yeah. Although he's not a ritual monster, but whatever. If something copies the effect or whatever, maybe some weird scenarios. Probably not gonna happen, but it doesn't hurt to exclude itself. And then on special summon, right? If this guy special summon, search one Libromancer monster. Except fire. Search to hand, delay, special success. The filter is Libromancer monster, not ID, not discard, able to hand. Blah blah, the rest is pretty much standard, so let's do this. Okay, fine. And then we can move on to first ritual, Mystigirl. Right, so what does she do again? I can't remember. Ritual summon scout with the Libromancer card. If you use the monster on the field, your opponent cannot target a ritual monster you control with monster effects. Okay. If special summon, target a monster your opponent controls. Playing being nosy. Until the end of this turn, change attack to 0 and it gets effects. You cannot use effect once per turn. Okay. This should be the standard Libromancer check. If there is something in the monster zone. Put a flag on it. With a string. Okay, that should be fine, yeah. So, the condition here should be that she has the flag. This guy was just somehow using master of the field. Yeah, so she's ritual summoned and she has the flag. Sorry about that. Small hiccup. Now I'm back. So yeah, what was I looking at? Cannot target, yes. So, what's this? The Jova. Isn't this reversed? The target should be this. Yeah, the target should be this, and this one should be here. Acting type monster aims the opponents. Your opponent can target your monster, control monster effects, yes. And the monsters affected, quote, are original monsters in your monster zone. Okay. And the last effect, if it's special summoned, that will face a monster your opponent controls, attack to 0, negates effects. Attack change disable, special success. Delay target, doesn't miss timing. It's face up and not attack 0 and cease 0. So if its attack is 0 and it's negated, then you cannot target it. I guess that's the point. This filter, Is the opponent's monster? Yes. Target. Don't need this. If it's face up to related, change its attack to 0 until the end of the turn, and negate its effects. This is something a little missing here. This one. E3. Yeah, okay. I was thinking about the filter though. There's first of all, we can change this to is attack. Right, I think that's the filter. Let me see. It's the name of the hot red dragon thing. Dragon Archfiend. This guy, although he's for any card, so he should be using this filter 3, I think. Oh wait, this effect, this effect. This filter 3, yes. So this one should be using this filter 1, which is for monsters. But wait, something's wrong here. It's to be face up, and either it's not attack 0 or not this filter. No, wait, this filter is true if you can negate it. So it's either not 0 attack or you can negate it. If one of the two is true, we're good. Okay. Now we need to test it. Opponent can attack your monster control with monster effects. That's an easy exiled force. But offerings to the doomed will work. And to special summon her, we're just gonna ritual summon her. Libromancer Mystigirl, she has a quick effect. Demons from your hand are filled, equal exceed level. They're both level 4, so she can summon her by herself. Okay. So we put an opponent in and we test. Okay, so summon Mystigirl. Okay, so I use a monster on the field, so they cannot be targeted thing. The opponent cannot target original monsters you control with monster effects. Should be in effect now. I use your effect, I can target either of the two to negate it. So I should now only be able to target Confit. That's correct. But with offerings I should be able to target her. Okay, nice. Okay. So it should be good. One last thing is to check the attack change works. Okay. And during my turn, should be able to target her because she only prevents my opponent. Okay, good. Alright, so she's fine as well. Moving on is the other ritual, Fireburst. Monsters on the field can pursue a battle. A battle damage inflicts your opponent is doubled. Can make up 2 attacks with monsters. When master kills an attack, banish the Libromancer ritual from your graveyard. This card gains 200. Okay, so material on the field thing should be the same. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Has the condition of being ritual summoned and have it flagged. That's the same exactly as the other Libromancer rituals. And then battle damage thing. Any battle damage inflicted to your opponent is doubled. So I think this is correct. If I recall correctly. Can make it 2 attacks on monsters. Okay, this is not tied to using material on the field. And then when any monster declares an attack, field trigger O, attack change, attack announce, master zone. Banish one Libromancer, this guy gets attack. See filter. Ritual Master, Libromancer is up to remove as cost. Split elimination bullshit. Excludes itself because this card needs to gain the attack. But that's just split elimination bullshit. Remove it. And then the effect resolves. If this card is still face up and related, it gains 200 attack. It's permanent. Doesn't reset at the end phase I'm in. Freeze attack. Okay, so this looks fine. Let's see now. Level 7. Can pursue a battle damage inflicts is doubled. 2 attacks on monsters. Okay, so I'm gonna use Mystigirl again. I guess it's fast. Level 7, so I can just use Mystigirl. Although no, we need a ritual in the graveyard for the whatchamacallit, for the last effect. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Wise White Dragon. Ancient rules. 2 attacks on monsters. We can just summon 2 monsters. Double damage, which is gonna attack, and then the pump up, which is gonna attack. So just need the opponent to have a few more cards. Oh yeah, we can use him because it's over tribute. Shit. I need to use a lower level Libromancer. Like level 3, I guess. Because I want to put a ritual in the graveyard as well, that's why. Right, so he's someone using monster on the field. I'm gonna summon the blue eyes, and he should not be destroyed by battle. We can trigger the effect. Okay. Battle damage is doubled, so we just need some monsters out. Oops. 2 attacks. Okay. So I can attack here and do 56 or 6,000 after the boost. Okay, second attack. Okay. The last effect is not once per turn. Okay, nice. Although it's not very good, but still. You could increase his attack by 400 each turn. Whenever he attacks, at least. Anyway. So he should be good to go as well. Right at the end. And then we have the spell traps. Okay, so Libromancer Realized. Continue spell. Reveal 1 ritual monster in your hand, special amount of fire token. It's the same level. While you control a token, you can special monsters except Libromancer monsters. You can only use this effect once per turn. Okay, well that's the wrong description. Special summon token. Ignition, spell trap zone, hard once per turn. Cost is to reveal a monster in your hand. So you need to have in your hand a ritual monster that's Libromancer. It's not already revealed. And you can spell summon a monster with the ID of the token and the level of the one you just revealed. Cyber's Fire 0/0. Okay, that seems fine. Select what you want to reveal it. And then you will also need to have master zones. I'm not sure where you put this check here again. You shouldn't really need to perform this check twice, because it's already been performed in for the cost. Category token, category special summon. And when this effect resolves, okay, if you don't have room stop, get your target card, which is the one you revealed. It's set as a target, so you can reference it later. Now the problem here is you're not checking if it's related and stuff. So yeah, we don't need this, but we do need, if not, TC is relate to effect E, then return F. So when you set it as a target, it is the relation is created automatically. If it's not related anymore, then you cannot reference the level. So that's why you cannot special summon in this case. Even if it leaves the hand and comes back to your hand, it's not the same one. Token. Might as well put these inside an F then. Let's unstep the token. So get the tab back. This should be E2, by the way. This needs to be here, and then end. So if you summon the token, you need to register effects on it. What does it do here? You can special summon. While you control that token, you can special summon monsters. You cannot summon. Is this right? Not sure if this is right. So let's change level. Right. It needs to, because it doesn't have a level normally. Okay, I'm not sure if this is correct, but this part, I will see. Not special summon, except Libromancer monsters, and change its level. Okay, so we just need a ritual monster in our hands pretty much. I don't need these. Okay, and we have other stuff to special summon, so we can test the restriction. Okay, activate. Okay, I'm revealing Mystigirl, special summon level 4 token. Okay, and now I cannot summon Confit or Wobbly, but I can summon Magigirl. So that's nice. I think that's it, right? We can try to use special monsters. That's fine. No. Just to be safe. Although, wait, no. I need a build spell. Libromancer. First appearance. Okay, that's the setup I'm looking for. The idea, obviously, with the spell is that you summon the token, and then when you use the token for the ritual summon, your rituals get the extra effect because you use them onto the field. Like, I just want to see if the flag registers properly here. Okay, so this continue spell is also finished. Then we have, it's a ritual spell, okay. Libromancer Bonded. Ritual summon any Libromancer. They be once from your hand or field, equal or exceed, so it's like pretty standard. If you ritual summon Fireburst, which is this guy, using Firestarter, which is the level 3 ritual, it cannot be destroyed or banished by card effects. Okay. So the filter is Libromancers. And stage 2 is for the last part, probably. Let's see. It lists Fireburst and Firestarter. So TC is the one that was just ritual summoned. MG should be the group of materials. So if TC is Fireburst and MG has something that was in the master zone and its code on the field was Firestarter, then you register the protection stuff. Can be stored by effects. Stack with effect. Okay. Can be banished by effects. These are the same protection that Firestarter already has, so I guess they're copy pasted here. Although this should be TC. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I need Firestarter, and say she's level 4. Wait a minute, Libromancer. Yeah, okay, let's use her. Level 4. Okay, so I can reverse summon him by using, let's say, this guy. He doesn't get protection. Okay, now if I use Firestarter, he should get the string. Okay, did he not? Land hint. Okay, I guess I need to test if he's actually protected. Dark hole. Got that guy. So something is wrong here. Something in the check is wrong. Presumably it does not go in here. Let's see. Okay, it does not. The question is why. This should be true. So it's probably this, but I'm gonna keep both just to be safe. Okay, it says both are false. Wait, is the ID wrong? Yeah, it is fucking wrong. Let's replace this. Okay, but is the other one wrong? I doubt it, but... Okay, so the first one is true now, so... Okay, 1 second, because this track is really loud. Okay, that's better. Okay, so something in this filter is wrong. MG. Oh yeah, it needs to be in the master zone, right? Yeah. I'm silly. I just need 2 copies of this. And 2 copies of this. And some extra cards in my hand. Alright, so I need to first summon Firestarter. And then to use Firestarter. On the build. Okay, yeah, there we go. We just summoned with Libromancer Bonded by using Firestarter, so now he should be protected. Nice. debug message. It was only this ID being wrong, probably. Yeah, there was a mistake. Somebody mistakenly made the ID be the range be this, but it should be this for this set. I forgot to change it. I changed it in the script in the file names, but I forgot to change it inside the script. So that was probably why. Okay, we don't need these. This is good. Okay, so now we have the 2 traps left. Let's see. I don't remember quite what they do. I don't quite remember what they do, rather. Displaced. Play one Libromancer you control and one monster your opponent controls. Then your monster to hand. If you do, they control the opponent's monster. If your Libromancer you target was not a ritual, the one you do control will touch the hand in the end phase. You can only activate 1 per turn. Okay, so 2 hand control, target. Levels per turn, target. Okay, so it targets 2 cards. A face-up Libromancer you control, and an opponent's monster that can change control. Okay, you're selecting everything, you're targeting everything individually, which is fine. It works. I don't really like it, but it works. I'm gonna polish it. That's why. That's why I'm gonna polish it, rather. New hand control. Okay, let me just polish this first. So we're gonna use select and select. There's already some cards that do it. For example, what's his name? Destroyer, Phoenix Enforcer. I think he already uses this setup. The destruction effect, although he doesn't target, the idea is the same. So you put everything in the group. And select and select. Okay, that's the basic idea. And we just need the rest gone. Alright, so the group though is going to be your Libromancer monsters and monsters your opponent controls that can change controller. So it's gonna be Monster Zone here, Zone, M Zone, say TCG filter. We probably need to pass the player as parameter. TCG filter, CTP. So it needs to be face up and is set card Libromancer and is controller TP. So like face up Libromancer you control or a monster the opponent controls. So is controller the opponent and it can change control. So this function. Okay. So now RG has all the Libromancers I control and all the opponent's monsters that can change control. Also, we need to check that they can be targeted though, in a specific case, because the effect targets. Does it have the target flag? It does. So, we're gonna put this at the end, I guess. C is can be effect target. So, usually normally when you use select target and its existing target, this check is done automatically internally. But we're gonna do this a bit differently, so we need to do it in the filter. Also, we need to pass E here, and then the rest gone. Needs to check that. So one Libromancer I control, one monster opponent control. So you only target 2 cards, and there's always gonna be one target on your side, one target on the opponent's side. So we're just gonna check that the number of cards you control, or TP controls, is exactly 1. That way the other card needs to be the opponent's. Okay, so select and select. And then we don't need this part. Just gonna comment out. Instead we need, let me bring back Disney Hero guy. TG, let's say he messes target, because there's multiple things you can do to them. You're going to do them. And then we need to set them as a target, because select and select doesn't do this by itself. Set target. What is it? Target cards or target card? It's one of the two. And then the operation inputs. We're just gonna do TG filter. This controller TP, and the other one is the opponent's, so controller 1 minus TP. I think this is like a card. If it's wrong, we'll see a script error. So when it resolves, so let me explain very quickly. So what it was doing before, it was first you select the target you control, and then you select the target the opponent controls. Now the way I'm doing it, you're gonna select both at the same time, and if you select something on your side, everything on your side will be unselectable, and on the opponent's side will be selectable, and vice versa, until you select 2 proper targets. The point there is that you can cancel your targeting. So let's say I target my first ritual monster, but then with the old implementation, at this point you can only target the opponents, you can't take back what you targeted. With this implementation, you target the ritual monster and then you change your mind, you can deselect it and select a different ritual monster, different Libromancer, I mean, on your side before selecting the opponent's monster. It's like a kind of a quality of life change for the player, basically. Alright, so when it resolves, get target cards, so this returns everything that's related to the effect still. If it's not to, if it's rather if it's, wait, what? Yeah, if it's 0. I prefer doing this way because it's less confusing. You stop there, otherwise you need to see what you do with each one. So return your monster to the hand, and if you do, take control of the opponent's monster. This is a little... I'm not sure what should happen if they switch control before this resolves. Because presumably your monster is the one that you now control, even if you targeted it before. But I'm not sure. Or does it refer to... It probably refers to the one you targeted as your monster. That makes more sense. So what we need to do... right, so DG2... So the way he has it scripted here, name. DG1 is always going to be your monster, DG2 is going to be the opponent's monster. And DG1 is the one that becomes the label object, so the one you control needs to be the label object. So set label object, or rather let's do, oops. Like this, okay. Right, so yeah, first get next, flip them if flipped. Okay, so return your monster to the hand. Now it still needs to be under your control. presumably. So TG1 get first is controller TP, and you send to the hand, and it ends up being in the hand. So let me change this. Let's see. Okay, what let's see is this, and HC is location, and so if you still control it, you send to the hand successfully. We've got an end here. Then you take control of it. Take control of that monster. If your Libromancer was not a ritual, the monster you control returns to the hand during the end phase. It's an if. This is wrong, by the way, because this is a group. Or no, it's a card. Never mind. Oh wait, this is a card already, so I don't need to do this then. That's my bad. That is my bad. Okay, so if it's not a ritual monster, restore flag on the second one during the end phase. Return it to the hand during the end phase. Though, take control of your that opponent's monster, so we should also check that TG2 is controlled by the opponent. Although I think this is probably gonna fail, but still. TG2 is controller 1 minus 2. Okay. So register is an effect, dual effect. This is standard, like Rescue Rabbit-esque effect, but instead it returns to the hand. I think it looks okay. It needs to have it flagged. Okay. Let's test it. If it works, I'm gonna remove this part. To fully see what I was explaining with the targeting. We need a lot of monsters on the field. Libromancer. So this is gonna be the one on the opponent side, and then well, all of these can summon themselves basically, so we can have a bunch of Libromancers out. And we also need a ritual, so that the additional part doesn't happen. Okay, seems fine. Turn your hand, take control. Oh yeah, there's something wrong. There's a problem here with the zones. I forgot it doesn't check the zones. So you need to have an empty zone. Huh. It's gonna be tricky, huh? You need to have an empty zone in regards to the one you target, because the one you return to your hand is gonna have free up a zone, of course. So let me do something else here. So we have to do it inside rescon. Local. This is gonna be a filter. So RG is everything you control, right? So we still need this to be true. But we also need get zone count TP RG to be higher than 0. So excluding the one you're trying to target, you need to have a free master. The point here is there's no extra deck Libromancer at the moment, but if there was, you have 5 Monster Zones full and one in the extra Monster Zone, you cannot target that one because you don't have room to change control. That's the idea here. Okay. So we just need a bunch of cards in our hand. And I guess I made a typo somewhere. It's line 21 apparently. There is a semicolon here. There should be a colon. Okay. Okay, so let's have an opponent's monster. We have 2 Libromancers out, and we have our trap and a non-Libromancer. So I can use this. So see, the point here is, before you would target this, and then it would force you to select from the opponent's side without being able to deselect this one. Let's see, now I can deselect. I can be like, okay, target this. Oh wait, but no, I want to return the ritual, so I can change my mind, basically. So let's see, let's return the non-ritual. Okay. Line 51 has a mistake, apparently. 51. How much one should be group? Oh, I'm setting the get first. I was setting the group as the label object rather than the card itself. That's probably the problem. One. Okay, return to the hand, take control, and then in the end phase it should go back to the hand. Okay, and now if I select a ritual instead, I should keep it. Target, bounce, and now I keep it forever. But this guy was the effect of this one. Yeah, okay. So that should be good. I can delete this part. Diamonds are here. Almost per turn. Okay. So this one is done as well. And then we have the last trap, it's the continuous one. Prevented. Okay, what does this one say? If you control Libromancer Master, type one face and master your opponent controls. Cannot be used as material for fusion, synchro, access, or link summon. You can use it once per turn. Opposite during the end phase, if you control no Libromancer rituals, send this card to gate. Okay. Quick code, target, S-zone, free chain. The order is kind of messed up, but okay. Once per turn. Condition is you control a Libromancer monster, okay. You target face of monster the opponent controls. It's on the field, the opponent controls it, it's face up, and this should be location. Is location monster zone actually. Otherwise you would be able to target cards, not monsters, like spell traps. Face up the opponent's master zone, select target. We don't do this, we don't need this anymore. Oh yeah, let me explain this one because now I might watch this video. If you reach this point of this effect, the operation, and there's no target, so the point of this check is, if there's no target, it doesn't error out. Well, if we reach this point and there's no target, then there's something wrong with probably some other card or this card. So instead of hiding the possible error by adding this check, I like to remove it to not have it. So if there is a problem, there's some random anime cards that cause these problems, and I found them through the script error logs. It's gonna error out here, and we're gonna check the replay and be like, okay, This is why it rails out. We can fix it. That's why I don't like having the check there. Anyway, what does it do again? Cannot be used material. Cannot be used as material for a fusion. Synchro Xyz or link summon. Can be material. This turn only. Can not filter, summon type fusion, synchro Xyz link. So this is like from the Dustins, I believe. I think Edo made this function for the Dustins, or to simplify their effects. And then once per turn during the end phase, it sends itself set count limit once per turn. The grave trigger F is mandatory. And the condition is that you control no Libromancer rituals. There's no rituals. Libromancers face up your master zone. Send itself to the graveyard. And send itself to the graveyard. Okay. I think this is fine. But I need Libromancer monsters again. And we also need something that cannot be used as material on the other side. So let's do Geek Boy. And fire starter with the ritual spell to check the case where we have a ritual master out. Link Uribo. Another plane is passing by. Link Uribo is for the, because I'm gonna use this guy on the other side to check for the link material thing. So I set this, summon Geek Boy. Let's summon this guy. I should have hint timing, but yeah. Target. Okay, cannot use this material. And then in the end phase, this has a trigger, and it goes to grid. But I have a link monster, ritual monster, I mean. They're both blue, okay. And then it will not self-destruct, basically, pretty much. Okay. Now it should have some hint timings there, which we can borrow from this one. But mostly the check master one. Check master. So whenever a master is placed on the field, it should prompt you automatically without having to hold any of the buttons. Because obviously you would want to use the effect that prevents them from being used as material the moment they are summoned before the opponent gets the chance to do it. Anyway, so this is fine as well. So we are done with Libromancers and the Amazonas. So now we have the generic cards only. Well, I guess let's go through them and see. I think some of them are pretty simple. So when normal summon, spell summon 2 level 4 lower warriors with different names. Spell summon success. If blue spirit, return false. If you don't have 2 master zones, return false. Get matching group, warrior, level 4 lower, can be spell summoned in defense position. Get cast count, get codes, so there's 2 or more with different names. Spell summon 2 from your hand. If blue spirit return, you don't have room return. Get the stuff you can special summon. Select and select. Just do this too. Although also we can do this in a single if. Okay. Select and select, special summon, different name check. Special summon, place at defense position. Okay. So this guy should be fine. We just need some warriors. So he can summon himself. And then we're gonna go for Marauding Captain, because he's one of the OGs. I'm adding 2, so you can see that he cannot summon 2 of the same one. And there's a typo here. Okay. I missed it. So if I select Marauding, I cannot select the other Marauding. But, okay. Very simple. Let's move on to... there's these 2, and there's the traps. Okay, this one's pretty simple. Let's do this one first. Omega Judgment. Target one face a monster can use spell traps on 2 cards your opponent controls, destroy them. Destroy target, activate free chain. Oh yeah, this has the same thing as the Libromancer trap. We can do the same thing here. Original type monster. So this checks for monster card. Since it's gonna be used for the location S zone, which is the spell traps. Yeah, so let's do the same thing that we did for Displaced. So I guess it's not gonna be as simple. We also would like a master maybe, yeah, hint timing message today. So let me copy this and these select and select lines. Okay, so oh wait, this one as well. By the way, since it targets everything, this should be false. It's multiple cards. Okay, so the filter. Our filter is going to be face up master cards I control in my spell trap zone and cards open controls. So S zone on this side, on field on the other side. And the filter itself is going to say face up, original type monster, and I control them, and I'm going to check the sequence as well. Get sequence. This will exclude the field zone. Not that you can have a monster card in the field zone, but just in case. Either that or the opponent controls it. And they can be targeted by effects, of course. So it's face up, monster card, I control it. Okay. So RG now is all the face up monster cards in my spell trap zone and all cards upon controls. So the rescan is gonna say you don't need to check zones or anything. You only target one card on your field, everything else needs to be on the other side. So this check should be enough. Again, we don't need this part. I'm gonna keep it around just in case. Let me copy this part. There we go. This should say destroy. This should be 3/3. Okay. And then when it resolves, get the target cards, destroy them. Very simple. We're doing this. Okay, so how can I put a monster card in a spell trap zone? There's a lot of ways to do it. But the first one that just came to mind is Fellground. So he could equip one from the deck. And then we need the opponent to have 2 cards, at least. So we're gonna have to have an opponent. Okay. And I guess I messed up parentheses somewhere. Oh yeah, there's one missing at the start here. So again, if I target this, I can still deselect it. If I have multiples, or if I target this, I can target the opponents first. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing I explained earlier. Targeting all these three, and everything's destroyed, and we're good. Okay. Let me delete this part. Okay. We don't need this. So now we have the trap that draws a bunch and then returns, and the extra monsters. Let's see, backup team. Draw cards equal to the number of cards your opponent controls, then place cards from your hand, bottom of the deck in any order, equal to the number of cards you drew. And then separate effect during the end phase. If your opponent controls more cards than you do, this card is in your care, set this card, bounce you into the field. You can only use one effect per turn, only once that turn. Draw to deck, activate, play a target, free chain, once per turn. Quick O, free chain, cash on grave. Count limit is the same. Okay, let's see, target. CT is the number of cards your opponent controls. You can draw that many cards. This should be lowercase. Like a play TP, draw that many, to deck that many. And then when it resolves, chain info, see how many cards your opponent has, draw that many cards if you did. Select stuff from your hand. But if you have no cards, well, that's kind of weird, but whatever. Select the same amount of cards in your hand. Break, send them to the deck. And at the bottom of the deck. Just do this, just to be safe. And then after you put them in the bottom of the deck, put them in any order you like. Yeah, okay, in any order. Okay. And then the grid effect. What's the condition? During the end phase, if your opponent controls more cards than you do, what's cards in your graveyard? You can put this up here. Sure. Gotta face end. Set TCG. So the opponent. I mean, actually, this should be in the condition. This check actually. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but it makes more sense to have it in the condition. So it's the end phase, and the cards on the opponent's field are more than the cards on your field. Okay, and this card can be set, of course. Leave grave so that Necro Valley can negate this effect. So this card bouncing when there's a field. Still related. Pretty sure this returns a boolean, so we should do this. Bouncing when leaves the field. Okay. So I'm gonna have the opponent have one card. I draw one, return one, maybe two cards. And then in the end phase, the opponent has more cards. I can bring it back, so let's do. Yeah, let's go like this. So I set this. Draw 2. Return 2. Okay. And then in the end phase, not the same turn of course, I can use the grid effect. Set this. It's now to a trigger. Actually, when there's a field, just gonna use it again. Draw 2, return 2. And goodbyes. Okay. Good. I did want to add a hint timing there. At least for the end phase. Yeah. For the opponent's end phase, at the very least. Okay. So this is done as well. So now we have these two, and then finally we are done completely with this batch. Maybe Dragon Mech. Let me drink some water first. Okay. Navy Dragon Mech. If generic materials, if spell summon target face up upon controls, negative effects. Okay. Disable, doesn't destroy, negate. Somebody copied the other Dragon Mech. Target delay, spell summon success. Up to the number of tuners in your graveyard, face-up cards, the opponent controls, the effects can be negated, disfill to 3, and there's a tuner in your graveyard. Here, how many tuners are in your graveyard? Select that many targets, disable, get target cards, put this in DG there. If, yeah, we're moving this one. It's face up, not disabled. It's ready to effect. Well, this is not needed because this already does this check. Yeah, so it's based on the standard. Negate its effects. It's Trap Monster, it's Disable Trap Monster. Until the end of this turn, so the resets should be phase end, okay? So that seems fine. And then if the single summon card is destroyed by card effect, send a graveyard, take one tuner in your graveyard at your hand. Category of hand, single trigger road, delay, target. The gravy could be destroyed as well. Reason destroy, reason effect. It's in the master zone, summon type synchro. You target a tuner able to hand in your graveyard. Okay. Again, I'm deleting this part. Send to hand. Okay. Right, so how do we summon this guy quickly? Level 9. I just need a cheap way to do it. Let's do Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes, White Dragon. Jet Synchron. That's level 9. And then on summon, we're gonna target the opponent's this one, and then we're gonna destroy it with Dark Hole and get your single back. I guess that's better. Give me some cards. Okay, so summon this. Okay, all good. So he's done, and then we have the Fusion Pendulum. Patissciel Couverture. I'm guessing it's French, but I'm not sure to be honest. Anyway, 2 pendulum masses are the materials. Yes, and then pendulum effect. If you have no card in your other pendulum zone, place 1 face-up pendulum from extra deck in your pendulum zone. Card once per turn. Ignition. Busy check is that you have an empty B zone, and there's something in your extra deck that's face up. It's a pendulum, not forbidden. This is for prohibition stuff. Select one, move it to field. Okay, so fine. And then the monster effect, it's standard. If this kind of monster is destroyed, place this kind of pendulum. So delay, to go destroyed. And on. Face up, it was in the monster zone. Easy check. This is kinda redundant because if it's forbidden, you cannot activate the effect in the first place. So I'm gonna remove this. Busy check, relate, move to build. Okay. So we can summon it with instant fusion, which is helpful. It's gonna destroy the end phase, place itself. And then we just need a pendulum in the extra deck. Let's use I think it's pendulum treasure is like the Fool's Burial. Yeah. And Flash Knight, my boy. Okay. So I'm gonna there's your Flash Knight. Instant fusion. This one. And then in the end phase can destroy it by instant fusion trigger. I place you here, and then as an ignition effect, I can set Flash Knight here. Okay, good. Random summon, oh good. Okay. So she is done as well, and I think this is the end. We went through all this. Yeah, okay. Okay, so we are done. How long did this take? It took like an hour and something. Okay. Well, it was like how many cards? 11, 13. So, well, anyway, thanks for watching. I'm gonna go upload the cards right now. The video will be up later. So by the time you're watching this video, the cards are already in the game. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Yeah, that's it. Take care. Bye bye.